Jacob Zuma's staunchest supporter, the ANC Youth League, is in trouble with its own membership. A leaked internal report suggests most of its branches are in chaos or revolt, and it seems the league's outspoken support for Zuma is a key factor.
Whatever trouble Jacob Zuma has found himself in over the past 2 years, the ANC Youth League has been by his side. Particularly this man, Youth League President Fikile Mbalula.
Sitikina, Deputy President, our father, hands off Jacob Zuma, hands off. We are the future. We are the future. No one can stop us.
Well, this week's Mail and Guardian suggests the future's not looking too bright. It cites a document by the League's National Working Committee saying 7 of its 9 provincial branches are in turmoil, and punting Zuma as the next president is a big factor. Support for Zuma has already triggered a rebellion in the Eastern Cape. The report suggests resistance is growing too in Gauteng, the Western Cape and the Northwest. Other problems within the Youth League appear to be poor leadership, planning and organization at provincial and branch level. In recent years, it's also battled to explain its financial dealings with disgraced businessman Brad Cabell, including a dodgy land deal involving the controversial sale of Palm Coastal land to 2 companies headed by Youth League members. The ANC Youth League is always eager to speak on Jacob Zuma or just about any other issue, but surprisingly it is reluctant to comment about reports of crisis within its own ranks. It's conceded the document is authentic, but oddly has dismissed the Mail and Guardian's story. Macintosh and Zamande, 8 News, Johannesburg.
Worried scientists are calling for one of Johannesburg's top beauty spots to be sealed off. A form of the deadly bacteria botulism is killing wildlife at Zoo Lake. We're not at risk from this particular strain of the bug, but experts say the area is still a health hazard.
Zoo Lake is one of Johannesburg's most popular recreational spots, and enjoying the bird life here is a particular favorite for visitors. But it's somewhere in these murky waters that one of the world's most fatal avian bugs is at work. So what for years has been a sanctuary, in recent weeks has become something far more sinister. Dozens of ducks have been found like this one. And the prime suspect has surfaced. A strain of botulism that's poisoned the mud in Zoo Lake. For ducks, it means a swift, painful death. For us or our pets, it's harmless. But it's the diseased carcasses left behind that have scientists worried.
It might be wise just to cordon it off for perhaps a little time while the bodies are being removed.
Officials, though, say they've got everything under control.
We don't plan any cordoning off, rather, because we don't think it is at the level where there is any need for panic. Obviously, we're monitoring the situation regularly, daily, and with the measures that we've put in place, we're very confident that we'll be able to isolate the problem.
The bacteria lies dormant naturally in the mud, but it can flare up when temperatures soar and water goes stagnant. And the effect is devastating. Already more than 100 ducks are dead, and more being pulled from the water every day. Belinda Moses, E-News, Johannesburg.
In other news, British Airways has cancelled all flights between London and South Africa as a 48-hour strike looms. Thousands of cabin crew plan to down tools next week over wages and sick leave. If the planned action goes ahead, BA flights out of Heathrow and Gatwick airports will be affected.
British Airways is hoping to reach a settlement with workers, but as a precaution, it's cancelled 1,300 flights. The suspension of service will affect around 140,000 passengers, including many South African travellers. All British Airways flights from London to South Africa scheduled for January the 30th and 31st have been cancelled, as have all flights bound for London on the 1st and 2nd of February. Cabin crew are striking to demand higher wages and the reinstatement of sick leave. BA's chief executive, Willie Walsh, slashed sick leave allocations from 22 days to 12 days in an attempt to make the airline more efficient.